Hello guys, and welcome back to another Spiral Flow Ropes video. Today we're going to look at how to transition into and out of the Meteor hammer pattern. This is a common question that I get asked by quite a few people actually, so I thought today why not have a look at it together. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So I want to start off by first of all showing you how to transition from an ordinary rope flow pattern into the Meteor hammer. So this is the first part we'll look at together. Now, I personally find it easier to transition into the Meteor hammer from an underhand rope flow pattern. There may well be some nice transition from overhand. However, for me, I personally find it a lot easier and smoother to transition from an underhand pattern. So we'll take any underhand pattern we like. Let's take the Meteor here, for example. Now, what we want to do is, first of all, just practice releasing and catching the rope. So the correct time to release the rope is when the rope reaches the tip of its arc, when it's basically like this. That's because when you release it, it will sort of suspend itself in the air and you've got more time to catch it, and it also won't go flying off somewhere completely random. So what we're going to do is nice and slowly get the rope there, release it there, and just catch it somewhere in the middle of the rope with your hands like this. It's going to somewhat resemble where you're going to hold the rope naturally in a Meteor hammer pattern, okay? This is the first step. So we'll try that again. Catch the handles and back into underhand. There we go. Nice and slow. Release, just catch the rope. Just practice this for now, okay? We don't need to go too fast too soon. So get comfortable with this. Just like that, release and catch, and this, as you'll see, is what we'll end up in. So I'll just show you that again, one more time. What we want to try and achieve is to release, catch the rope, and then you'll find that that swing will end up bringing you into an overhand Meteor hammer pattern like this, where the handles are actually synchronized. Okay, so that's fine. All we then need to do is to unsynchronize the hands and bring them into a normal Meteor hammer pattern like this, and that is the transition. It's as simple as that, okay? So for this next step, I'm going to show you how to transition from the Meteor hammer back into the other patterns. Now, similar to the first part of the tutorial where I showed you the underhand transition, I'm also going to transition from an underhand Meteor hammer back into the other rope flow pattern, because of the same reason. You get more air time, the rope suspends itself in the air, and it's just easier to transition. So let's get ourselves into this underhand Meteor hammer pattern. Now, if you remember in the first part, when we transitioned into the Meteor hammer pattern, we ended up with synchronized Meteor hammer swinging going on, okay? We need to get ourselves back into that in the underhand in order to transition effectively. So the way to do that is simply just synchronize the hands like that. Yeah, it's just done in one sort of motion. So if I go back into here, you just want to push into the synchronized swinging, okay? To have a practice with that first, get yourself into this pattern, and then from there, release the rope at the same time when it's coming up, and then just catch the handles like so. Let's have a look at that again. Underhand synchronized swinging, release, catch the rope, and then you can flow on quite nicely into overhand, I find, from there. All right guys, have a go at that. That is the second part, how to transition from the Meteor back into the rope flow patterns. Now let's have a look at transitioning into and out of the Meteor hammer in a continuous flow. So as I said, we're now going to look at continuously transitioning from Meteor hammer and out of it, and I'll show you how that's done. So if you remember, I explained at the start that the transition is more easily done in the underhand. That means that to keep the flow continuous, we're going to need to have a change of direction like this, where we change from underhand into overhand. Okay, so we'll start off in underhand. We'll get our first transition in. So we're going to slow it down nicely. We're going to release that rope at the right time, go straight into Meteor hammer. The handles are synchronized at the moment. Unsynchronize them, and then transition into underhand like this. Then you can resynchronize the swinging, release, catch, and continue your flow like so, okay? So however you like to flow, you can just throw that in there whenever you like. Underhand there, Meteor hammer, transition there, synchronized bush, okay? There we go. Okay guys, so that concludes the final part, transitioning from the Meteor hammer and back into it in a continuous flow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. It's been a while since I've done these kind of demonstrate and talk at the same time style tutorials, which I hope you like. They used to be quite popular back in the day, so I thought I'd go back to that. But if there's anything you guys want to see, anything you need help with, please do say in the comments and give me some suggestions for videos. I'll be more than happy to address any queries that you guys may have. And of course, as always, I'd really appreciate any likes to the video, and of course subscribe to this channel for more content coming up in the future. Yeah, I've got many ideas of places I want to go with in terms of the channel. So yeah, I'd really appreciate your support in helping to grow it. More information about the flow ropes can be found on the website spiralflowropes.com, and don't forget to get yourself 10% off your first order over at the website as well. Go and check that out, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Enjoy the weather, enjoy yourselves, enjoy your rope flow journey, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.